What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Views from the 502. Ty, Ryan, Nick, back again with another reaction.
But first, if you like joining the 502 crew, we'd like you to leave a thumbs up at the end of this video.
And hit that subscribe button.
And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Alright, so I was saddened to hear that it was announced on New Year's Eve MF Doom had passed away at the age of 49. Actually passed away on Halloween, but obviously didn't release that till the end of the year. This was somebody who I discovered a few years ago, went into the depths of his music, ended up being one of my favorite rappers. To me, you could put him on the Mount Rushmore of underground rappers. I feel like a lot of people would. He's kind of an icon in the underground world, so I think it's only fair we pay tribute today. I don't know if you guys heard about his death, or do you know who
I heard it. It was all over the place.
I heard about the death, but I've never heard of the guy. So this would be a first for me.
MF Doom's real name is Daniel Dumoulin, which is pretty cool. Dumoulin.
Yeah.
Doom. Yeah. He actually happened to be born in London because his mother was visiting family. Apparently, his parents have no affiliation with British culture identity, though. As a child, he moved with his family to Long Island, New York, and then he grew up in Long Beach, New York. And you can tell because he's got the accent. Watch any interview, he's got that thick,
New Yorker.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like that.
Not that strong. Not that strong.
I don't know. We know how your impressions are.
Yeah. Well, they're excessive.
He was actually first known as Zevlov X, and he formed the group KMD in 1988 with his younger brother DJ Subrak. 1993, just before the release of their second album, Subrak was struck by a car and killed while attempting to cross the Nassau Expressway. And that same week, the group was dropped from Elektra Records.
Man.
So you talk about the worst week of your life.
Yeah.
Probably.
Tragic.
Yeah.
There's Elektra Records again, something in the mix.
Yeah.
After his brother's death, Dumoulin retreated from the hip-hop scene from 94 to 97. He was basically homeless, walking the streets of Manhattan. Says he was sleeping on benches. And then in 97 or 98, he began freestyling incognito at open mic events at cafes in Manhattan. And he would obscure his face by putting tights over his head. So he had taken a new identity, basically, becoming MF Doom, which is patterned after and wearing a mask similar to that of the Marvel Comics supervillain Dr. Doom. Mm-hmm. So that's why his mask is
silver. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he got it from. In 1999, he released his first full-length LP, Operation Doomsday. And since then, he's had other aliases such as Victor Vaughn, King Ghidorah, Danger Doom, etc. 6 solo albums, 6 collab albums. So it was not an easy choice to pick a song today because there's a lot to go through. But I feel like Beef Rap is a good tribute for him. It's off his album, Food, which is his 5th studio album. And, of course, that is an anagram for MF Doom, obviously.
Food.
This was released in 2004, and this album actually has a lot of food references, and it's a big component of the album. Beef Rap is, in fact, the opening track. I'm excited. Let's get into this and pay tribute to the late, great MF Doom. Beef Rap.
I've been eating all day. How am I gonna do this, man?
Don't wait for her, man. Don't wait for her. I'll tell you what, man. Come with me now. And, I'll get you some lunch. I'll hook you up with something. I got a little bank, no problem.
I hear you. That's cool.
All right? It's cool.
Man, can't you guys just wait here about a half hour, man? Yo, I'll be back, man. I'm just gonna munch up a little bit, man. I'm pretty hungry.
Yo, let him come
serious.
back.
Here you will find food for your body, as well as comfort for your troubled mind. I'd really like some soup.
Bread and butter.
Of course, my friend. What happened to your hand?
Oh, food at last. How'd you make it? Regular storage procedure. The same as the other food. What other food? Fish. Protein. Grass. Go ahead. Now what happened? Well, the cop got... Next morning I went to the store to get some...
Yeah, I love the intro, man. This is just a bunch of samples from movies. I'm pretty sure there's a sample from a song in here. So it's just very interesting. He's got a lot of songs like that where it's samples from movies, and you're like, man, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And of course it's, from something old. So yeah, pretty cool intro.
bread and butter.
Get arrested.
I'll save you.
Thanks for the drink.
Operation Doomsday complete. All units are close casualty, damage to estimates.
Enough. You talk of the people's rights. The people have only those rights which I choose to give them. And that is for their own good. Believe me. I do. They disappoint me. They must work faster.
But the prisoner.
Ah, yes. The young traitor who is trying to turn my people against me. Watch him. I have special plans for that one.
Beef rap could lead to getting teeth capped or even a reef from armed dudes on some grief crap. I suggest a change of diet. It can lead to high blood pressure if you're fried, or even a stroke, heart attack, heart disease. It ain't no starting back once arteries start to squeeze. Take the easy way out, phony. Until then, they know they wouldn't be talking that baloney in the bullpen. So disgusting, pardon self as I discuss this. They talk a wealth of shit and they ain't never seen the justice. Bust this like a cold milk from out the toilet. 2 batteries, some Brillo, and some foil, he'll boil it. You'd be better off in PC glued. And it's a feud, so don't be in no TV mood. Every week it's mystery meat, seaweed stewed.
Food. We need food.
He wears a mask just to cover the raw flesh.
God, man. What do you think about the beat, the sample here?
It's definitely old school.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's like the first feel I get from it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is actually a sample from an episode of the old Spider-Man animated series. And the episode that it's sampled from is actually an episode that Dr. Doom was in. So it's pretty clever how he did that. Beef rap could lead to getting teeth capped. Already a double meaning. Obviously, beef rap is a beef between 2 rappers. You know, they write disses to each other. Could lead to getting teeth capped, so you can get your face demolished. But also, it could mean that if you eat a lot of greasy beef, that's not good for your teeth.
Right.
And so getting teeth capped is fixing those cavities.
Right.
And he says, I suggest you change your diet. It can lead to high blood pressure if you fry it, even a stroke, heart attack, heart disease. Ain't no starting back once arteries start to squeeze. To me, that's like he's saying, you beef rappers, at the end of the day, this is going to damage your career one way or another. Yeah. Even if it's just a little bit, you know, because I think at this time, 2004, there was a lot of that going on. A lot of feuds.
This is a diss track to everybody.
Diss track to beef rappers.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
People like to start stuff.
I thought it was funny after that. He said, take the easy way out, phony. Baloney in the bullpen.
Oh, yeah, I liked that.
Yeah. Then he says, bust this like a cold milk from out the toilet. 2 batteries, some Brillo, and some foil. Heat'll boil it. So I think the cold milk out of the toilet, that's what they do in prison, right? They put something in the cold water in the toilet to keep, you know, the beverage cold. Obviously, the heat'll boil it. That's fire. So to me, that's kind of him saying, like, my rhymes are just as creative as people in prison and how they eat and stuff. And it's a feud, so don't be in no TV mood. Every week it's a mystery meat, seaweed stewed.
Pew.
So,
mystery meat, pew.
So when he says feud, he could be talking about Family Feud because that's daytime television, right? And when you're in prison, daytime TV, I think.
That's all you watch.
I mean, I don't know. But that's
every time you see a movie or something, they're always watching TV.
Exactly.
Daytime TV.
So when he says don't be in no TV mood, I think what he means is another thing you see in TV movies, that's when people attack you.
Yeah.
You know, you're sitting there watching daytime TV in prison. The next thing you know, you get shanked.
Yeah.
These beef rappers are kind of in like a prisoner of the moment situation. Every week it's mystery meat. So like there's a new beef every week.
Yeah.
It seems like, and of course mystery meat prison. The sample at the end, food. We need food.
What is that from?
We need real rap here. I don't know.
I've heard that before.
I don't know, but what they're saying is, we're desperate. We're hungry for real rap, not this beef rap. So, very creative, man.
Every week is mystery meat, seaweed stewed.
Food. We need food.
He wears a mask just to cover the raw flesh. A rather ugly brother with flows that's gorgeous. Drop dead joints, hit the whips like bird shit. They need it like a hole in their head or a third tit. Her bra smell, his cards say hell. Barred from all bars and kicked out the Carvel. Keep a cooker where the jar fell. And keep a cheap hooker that's off the hook like Marvel. Top bleeding, maybe fella took the loaded rod deer. Stop feeding babies colored sugar-coated large squares.
It's funny, he says, kind of the reason why he wears a mask is because he's ugly.
Yeah.
So that's pretty funny. Drop dead joints hit the whips like bird shit. When I release something, it hits you hard.
Yeah.
Just like bird doo-doo. You know when you're driving.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happens, right on your windshield. They need like a hole in the head or a third tit. I'm pretty sure those are both saying people are really craving his new music. A line I think is really great and really true. I think there's another double meaning here too. Stop feeding babies colored, sugar-coated large squares. And Ryan, if you actually go in the Genius right here, I think, it shows a box of Pop-Tarts. So I think one meaning of this is saying, hey, stop feeding your kids this garbage. Now, when we were kids, we ate Pop-Tarts all the time because back
they're
then,
fast, they're easy, they're good.
well, and internet just wasn't a big thing, so people didn't really know about health as much, right? But nowadays, I mean, if you want to give your kids Pop-Tarts every now and then, that's fine. But just know that it's awful for them. There is nothing nutritious about Pop-Tarts. Sugar-coated large squares. I mean, a Pop-Tart is a square. So I think that's a good fit right there. And then I think the other meaning of it, stop starting beef to get attention from kids. Because you know how kids are. They just want like the latest, whatever's popular.
Or it's like like bullying can be makes people popular. Like, because if you watch a movie, usually the popular kids are the bullies.
Popular,
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? If they bully, they think they're going to be popular, so it gets them attention.
They think they're hard.
Colored sugar-coated large squares, but that could also mean CDs or vinyls, and how rappers or whoever make them really colorful.
Yeah.
Really appealing to the eye. Like, I need this. That's gonna sound so good.
It's really trash.
Yeah, and then once you find out, you really get into it. You're like, yeah, this isn't that great.
Keep a cheap hooker that's off the hook like Marvel. Top bleeding, maybe fella took the loaded rod deer. Stop feeding babies colored sugar-coated large squares. The ard peer swears and God fears. Even when it's rotten, you've gotten through the hard years. I wrote this note around New Year's, off a couple of shots and a few beers. But who cares? Enough about me. It's about the beats. Not about the streets and who food he about to eat. A rhyming cannibal who's dressed to kill and cynical. Whether is it animal, vegetable, or mineral. It's a miracle how he gets so lyrical and proceed to move the crowd like an old Negro spiritual. For a meal, do a commercial for Mellow Yellow. Tell them devils hell no, sell y'all own jello. We hollowed krills, she swallowed pills. He followed flea, collared $3 bills and squilt for Halalville. If y'all appeal, dig the real. It's how the big ballers deal. Twirl a L after every meal.
I like how he ended that there. No matter how big I could get, I'm kind of not going to sell my soul just to get bigger. For a meal, do a commercial for Mellow Yellow. Of course, Mellow Yellow, I think when it first came out, it skyrocketed. But then he says, tell them devils hell no. Sell your own jello. Sell your own poison. I'm not going to do it for you.
Right.
I'm just going to be me. He's just kind of talking about, he followed flea collar $3 bills. I think it's about rappers, just kind of following fake people. And that's how they kind of end up beef rappers.
He followed flea collared $3 bills and squilt for Halalville. If y'all appeal, dig the real. It's how the big ballers deal. Twirl a L after every meal.
I can hear it now. The Spider-Man there.
To all rappers, shut up with your shutting up and keep a shirt on, at least a button up. Yuck. As the rhymers are stripping males, out of work jerks since they shut down Chippendales. They chipping nails, doom.
To all the rappers, shut up with your shutting up. So yeah, shut up about your beef, like nobody cares. Then he says, keep a shirt on, at least a button up. Or you rhymers are stripping males, out of work jerks since they shut down Chippendales. So I think what he's saying there
is a straight roast.
I mean, look, man, does it mean that everybody who's taking their shirt off in a video is like not good or fake? No, but you can't tell me that there are a lot of artists who just simply aren't that good, but they kind of sell sex.
Yeah.
Right?
Sex appeal.
Yeah, because, I'm not that good, but look at me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people fall for it, especially nowadays, man. I mean, I don't want to name any names, but I think you guys know there are a lot of people, and this goes for every genre, whether they're in music videos or album covers, whatever, where if they weren't half naked in them,
easy on the eyes.
do you really think they would be as big as they are today? I think you guys know. Y'all can name some names yourself. I'm not going to name any names. But the fact is that people that aren't great, they sell sex, and it works. I mean, it just does. And again, does it mean that everybody who's had a hot and steamy video, does that mean they're trash? No, but a lot of them do it. Shut down Chippendales. That's really funny.
Ripping nails, out of work jerks since they shut down Chippendales. They chipping nails, doom, chipping scales, let alone the pre-orders that's counted off shipping sales. This one goes out to all my people skipping bail, dipping jail, whipping tail and sipping ale. Like the doobie till it glow like a ruby. After which they couldn't find the villain like Scooby. He's in the lab on some old Buddha monk shit, overproof drunk shit, but who'da thunk it? Punk try and ask why ours be better. Could be the Iron Mask or the Cosby sweater. Yes, you, who's screwed by the dude on the CD, nude.
We need food.
Yeah.
Wait, bring him to me.
Bring him to me. Yeah, man, he's just excellent, man.
I like that.
He is an excellent rapper. And you can kind of tell that his style isn't in the traditional sense. There's not really any hooks and there's no chorus.
Right.
You know, he's just rapping. Again, like you said with some people, he's more about the lyrics than the sound. Now, don't get me wrong, like in this song and a bunch of his songs, I'm like, man, this beat is fire. But first and foremost, he's about lyrics, and I agree with a lot of the points he makes in this song.
I would say Eminem's like that.
Think so?
Eminem's more about his
Yeah,
lyrics
he
than he
is,
is his
yeah.
beats, you know.
Yeah.
He's had, you know, some songs he's had good beats with him. It's just I think he's more about his lyrics. He cares about, you can just tell. You can tell when people put more detail on their stuff.
Yeah, they don't want you to pay too much attention to the beat. They
Right.
do that on purpose.
Exactly.
Because they feel like if they have a really, really good beat, they're not going to listen to the lyrics.
Exactly.
This is why this type of guy, like, he makes his beats kind of simple, you know, so you actually pay attention
Simple,
to
but also unique at the same time.
Yeah, simple and unique.
Yeah.
Because too simple would just be dumbing it down. But, yeah, that's why they make these type of beats, I guess, so they can really pay attention to the lyrics.
Right.
And I've heard a lot of people say about Doom that, a lot of rappers have came out and said it themselves. He's a guy that it's like, he's your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. You know, he's one of those type of guys. And I think one of the charms of Doom is that he never went mainstream.
Yeah.
He could have made a lot of money with his talent, but you know, I said this before, there's nothing wrong with selling out. You know, if you want to sell out and reach more people and become one of the biggest artists in the world, that's fine as long as you're staying true to your craft in some way. And if Doom felt that he was betraying himself by doing that, then obviously that's the reason why he didn't do it.
Yeah.
So,
you know, it brings up, you know, I think Tyler told me this a long time ago about Lecrae. He said, you know, Lecrae came up really big in Christian rap, you know, and he got a call from a company, you know, like a
big label or something.
They
Yeah.
said, we like you, but we want you to change who you are.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear about, you know, God or Christian, what do you do it now? We want you to talk about different stuff. And he was like, no, I don't want that. And he declined it.
Yeah.
And now he's, you know, bigger. He might be even bigger than he was then because he stayed true to his craft. And what do you know? He's one of the biggest Christian rappers of all time. So
Yeah. And that's why a lot of people, well, you know, I would say obviously the majority was fine, but there was some people online saying, like, I don't know who Doom is. It's like, well, he never went mainstream.
yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean,
I think the same thing with Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
When he died. Not a lot of people knew who he was either.
Yeah, he wasn't mainstream either.
He was more underground, so.
Yeah. And I love underground rap, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like a lot of mainstream stuff too, but Doom is like one of my absolute favorite, man. He's just
so you heard of him
so
like 3 years
different.
ago, is that what you said?
Yeah, I looked him up about 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. So this is obviously one of my favorite songs of his.
Yeah.
I love him. If you don't know about Doom, please
Dive
look into
into
him,
it.
man.
Yeah.
You owe yourself. He's one of the legends, no doubt. So rest in peace, Daniel Dumoulin. So gone but not forgotten. that is the end of the video, guys. Please tell us what you thought about that song. We love hearing your feedback. Please tell us your views.
Thanks for subscribing and hitting that like button.
Peace out.